Hey Leslie, getting your math on this weekend. That's awesome. Let's check out the first one you asked. Here we have a binomial right now, but we want to add a number to make this a perfect square trinomial. So what we do, there's a little bit of a shortcut. We take whatever the b term is, that's the second term. It's always the term with the power of 1. Okay, we take half of that, and then we square it. So take whatever the b term is, take half of it, and square it. So our b term here, 2/3. I'm going to take half of that, but we have a fraction, so I'll really just multiply by 1/2. That's the same as being divided by 2. Okay, so if you'll recall, like the old fraction rules, instead of dividing by 2, we can change that to multiplying and invert the second fraction. Therefore, dividing by 2 and multiplying by 1/2 are the same thing. So I'm going to do that, and then we will also just square that, whatever that is. Okay, so 2 divided by 2 is gone. I'm left with 1/3 squared. And when we square a fraction, we square the numerator. That's going to equal 1 squared. And we square the denominator. So 1 squared is 1, and 3 squared is 9. So that is what we're going to add to this thing. So if we added 1/9 to this, we will get a perfect square trinomial. Okay, so I hope that one helped for sure. Let me know if it doesn't. And this second one, just bear with me a sec. I'll pull that one up for you. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to factor this by grouping. Whenever we have 4 terms, we have 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, and 4 terms, we're going to factor by grouping. So what we do is I just put my brackets around each one. We clean up my little marks here. And we just treat it like 2 binomials. So I'm going to look at this first binomial. I'm going to pull out x squared. That's the GCF here. That's going to give me x minus 6. I'm going to look over here. I'm going to pull out an 8. So plus 8. That's going to give me x minus 6. A quick check when you're doing these, make sure you have the same thing in both brackets, which I do, and then we can kind of do the little shortcut. X minus 6 is our GCF, so I can write that once, and then I can just put the other 2 terms, which I'll highlight now, x squared plus 8. I'll fire those in the second set of brackets, like that. And there we go, factored completely. Okay, so factoring by grouping is important because if I look at all 4 of these terms, there's no number other than 1 that is common to all of them, right? There's no x term here. That's just a 1, so it's not going to work. So you have to group them up. Pretend you're dealing with 2 binomials. Have a quick check. Make sure after you factor each one that you have the same thing in the brackets. You might have to factor out sometimes a negative out here. And then other than that, just put the GCF in the brackets once down here and put the other 2 terms inside the other set. So I hope that helps. Let me know if it doesn't.